Good morning, class. So today we are reading Wonder. We're going to continue our story, and we are halfway done. And we are reading pages 175 to 189 today. So if you are listening, then sit back and relax and watch me get into some tongue twisters or get tongue tied. Just enjoy the story. Or if you are reading from the file that is loaded, then read pages 175 to 189, and you'll find that on your team's channel under ELA. All right, let's continue. Why I didn't sit with August the first day of school. Okay, I'm a total hypocrite. I know. That the very first day of school, I remember seeing August in the cafeteria. Everyone was looking at him, talking about him back then. No one was used to his face or even knew that he was coming to Breacher. So it was a total shocker for a lot of people to see him there the first day of school. Most kids were even afraid to get near him. So when I saw him going into the cafeteria ahead of me, I knew he'd have no one to sit with, but I couldn't bring myself to sit with him. I have been hanging out with him all morning long because we had so many classes together. I guess I was just kind of wanting a little normal time to chill with other friends. So when I saw him move to a table on the other side of the lunch counter, I purposely found a table as far away from there as I could. I sat down with Isaiah and Luca, and even though I'd never met them before, we talked about baseball the whole time. And I played basketball with them at recess. They became my lunch table from then on. I heard Summer had sat down with August, which surprised me because I knew for a fact she wasn't one of the kids that Tushman had talked about being friends with Augie. So I knew she was doing it just to be nice, which was pretty brave, I thought. So now here I was sitting with Summer and August, and they were being totally nice to me as always. I filled them in about everything Charlotte told me, except the whole big part about my having snapped under the pressure of being August's friend, or the part about Julian's mom saying August had special needs, or the part about the school board. I guess all I really told him was that how Julian had a holiday party and managed to turn the whole grade against me. It just feels so weird, I said. Not to have people talking to you pretending you don't exist. Augie smiled. You think? He said sarcastically. Welcome to my world. Sides. So, here are the official sides. Summer at lunch the next day. She pulled out a folded piece of loose leaf paper and opened it. It had 3 columns. Jack's side. Jack, August, Reed, Max G, Max W. Julian's side. Miles, Henry, Amos, Simon, Tristan, Pablo, Nino, Isaiah, Luca, Jake, Toland, Roman, Ben, Emmanuel, Zeke, Tommaso. Neutrals. Malik, Remo, Jose, Leaf, Ram, Ivan, Russell. Where did you get this? Said Augie, looking over my shoulder as I read the list. Charlotte made it, Summer answered quickly. She gave it to me last period. She said she thought you know who was on your side, Jack. She said she thought you should know who was on your side, Jack. Yeah, not many people, that's for sure, I said. Reed is, she said, and the 2 Maxes, great. The nerds are on my side. Don't be mean, said Summer. I think Charlotte likes you, by the way. Yeah, I know. Are you going to ask her out? Are you kidding? I can't now that everybody's acting like I have the plague. The second I said it, I realized I shouldn't have said it. There was this awkward moment of silence. I looked at Augie. It's okay, he said. I knew about that. Sorry, dude, I said. I didn't know they called it the plague, though, he said. I'd figure it was more like the cheese touch or something. Oh yeah, like the Diary of the Wimpy Kid, I nodded. The plague actually sounds much cooler. It sounds cooler, he joked. Like someone can actually catch the Black Death of ugliness. As he said that, he made air quotes. I think I think it's awful, said Summer, but Augie shrugged while taking a big sip of his juice box. Anyway, I'm not asking Charlotte out, I said. My mom thinks we're all too young to be dating anyway. What if Reed asked you out? I said. Would you go? I could tell she was surprised. No, she said. I'm just asking, I laughed. She shook her head and smiled. Why? What do you know? Nothing. I'm just asking, I said. I actually agree with my mom, she said. I actually agree with my mom, she said. I do think we're too young to be dating. I mean, I just don't see what the rush is. Yeah, I agree, said August, which is kind of a shame. You know, what with all those babes who keep throwing themselves at me and stuff. He said this in such a funny way that the milk I was drinking came out of my nose when I laughed, and it made us all totally crack up. August's house. It was already the middle of January, and he still hadn't even chosen a science fair project we were going to work on. I guess I kept putting it off because I didn't want to do it. Finally, August was like, dude, we have to do this. So we went to his house after school. I was really nervous because I didn't know if August had ever told his parents about what we now call the Halloween incident. Turns out the dad wasn't even home and the mom was out running errands. I'm pretty sure from the 2 seconds I spent talking to her that Augie had never mentioned a thing about it. She was super cool and friendly towards me. When I first walked into Augie's room, I was like, whoa, Augie, you got a serious Star Wars addiction. He had legends full of Star Wars miniatures and a huge The Empire Strikes Back poster on his wall. I know, right? He laughed. He sat down on the rolling chair next to the desk as I plopped down on the beanbag chair in the corner. That's when his dog waddled into the room right up to me. He was on your holiday card, I said, letting the dog sniff my hand. He corrected me. Daisy, you can pet her. She doesn't bite. When I started to pet her, she basically just rolled over on her back. She wants you to rub her tummy, said August. Okay, this is the cutest dog ever that I've seen, I said, rubbing her stomach. I know, right? She's the best dog in the world. Aren't you, girly? As soon as she heard Augie's voice say that, the dog started wagging her tail and went over to him. Who's my little girly? Who's my little girly? Augie was saying as she licked him all over the face. I wish I had a dog, I said. My parents think our apartment is too small, I said, looking around at the stuff in his room while he turned on his computer. Hey, you got an Xbox 360? Can we play? Dude, we're here to work on the science fair project. Do you have Halo? Of course I have Halo. Please, can we play? He had logged on to Breacher website and was now scrolling down Mr. Rubin's teacher page through the list of science fair projects. Can you see from here, he said. I sighed and went to sit on the stool that was right next to him. Cool iMac, I said. What kind of computer do you have? Dude, I don't even have my own room, much less my own computer. My parents have this ancient Dell that's practically dead. Okay, how about this one? He said, turning the screen to my direction so I could look. I made a quick scan of the screen. My eyes literally started blurring. Making a sun clock, he said. That sounds kind of cool. I leaned back. Can't we just make a volcano? Everyone makes volcanoes. Duh, because it's easy, I said, petting Daisy again. What about how to make crystal spikes out of Egyptian salt? Sounds boring, I answered. So why do you call her Daisy? He didn't look up from the screen. My sister named her. I wanted to call her Darth. Actually, technically speaking, her full name is Darth Daisy. But we never really call her that. Darth Daisy. That's funny. Hi, Darth Daisy, I said to the dog, who rolled onto her back again for me to rub her tummy. Okay, this one is the one, said August, pointing to the picture on the screen of a bunch of potatoes with wires poking out of them. How to build an organic battery made out of potatoes. Now that's cool. It says you can power a lamp with it. We could call it Spud Lamp or something. What do you think? Dude, that sounds way too hard. You know I suck at science. Shut up. No, you don't. Yes, I do. I got a 54 on my last test. I suck at science. No, you don't. And that was only because we were still fighting, and I wasn't helping you. I can help you now. This is the good project, Jack. We've got to do it. Fine. Whatever, I shrugged. Just then, there was a knock on the door. A teenage girl with long, dark, wavy hair poked her head inside the door. She wasn't expecting to see me. Oh, hey, she said to the both of us. Hi, Via, said August, looking back at her computer screen. Via, this is Jack. That's Via. Hey, I said, nodding hello. Hey, she said, looking at me carefully. I knew the second Augie said my name that he had told her about the stuff I had said about him. I could tell from the way she looked at me. In fact, the way she looked at me made me think she remembered me from the day of the carnival on Amsford Avenue all those years ago. Augie, Augie, I have a friend who wants to meet you, okay? She said. He's coming over in a few minutes. Is he your new boyfriend? August teased. Via kicked the bottom of his chair. Just be nice, she said, and left the room. Dude, your sister's hot, I said. I know. She hates me, right? You told her all about the Halloween incident. Yeah. She hates me? Or yeah, you told her about about Halloween? Both. The boyfriend. 2 minutes later, the sister came back with a guy named Justin. Seemed like a cool enough dude. Longish hair, little round glasses. He was carrying a big, long, shiny silver case that ended with a sharp point on the end. Justin, this is my little brother August, said Via, and that's Jack. Hey guys, said Justin, shaking our hands. Sorry, guys. Hey, guys, said Justin, shaking our hands. He seemed a little nervous. I guess maybe because he was meeting August for the first time. Sometimes I forget what a shock it is the first time you meet him. Cool room. Are you Via's boyfriend? Augie asked mischievously, and his sister pulled his cap down over his face. What's in the case? I said. A machine gun? Ha! Answered the boyfriend. That's funny. No, it's a fiddle. Justin's a fiddler, said Via. He's in a Zydeco band. What the heck is a Zydeco band? Said August, looking at me. It's a type of music, said Justin. Like Creole music. What's Creole? I said. You should tell people it's a machine gun, said August. Nobody would ever mess with you. Ha, I guess you're right, Justin said, nodding and tucking his hair behind his ear. Creole is a kind of music they play in Louisiana, he said to me. Are you from Louisiana? I asked. No, he answered, pushing up his glasses. I'm from Brooklyn. I don't know why this made me laugh. Come on, Justin, said Via, pulling him by the hand. "Let's go hang out in my room." "Okay, see you guys later. Bye," he said. "Bye, bye." As soon as they left, Augie looked at me smiling. "I'm from Brooklyn," I said, and we both started laughing hysterically. Part 5. Justin. So we are no longer listening to Jack's side. Now we get to hear from the new boyfriend, Justin. Part 5. Justin. Sometimes I think my head is so big because of it's so full of dreams. John Merrick and Bernard's Pumice, the Elephant Man. Olivia's brother. The first time I met Olivia's little brother, I have to admit I was totally taken by surprise. I shouldn't be, of course. Olivia told me about his syndrome and even described what he looked like. But she also talked about all his surgeries over the years, so I guess I assumed he'd be more normal looking by now. Like when a kid is born with a cleft lip and they have plastic surgery to fix it, sometimes sometimes you can't even tell except for the little scar above their lip. I thought her brother would have some scars here and there, but not like this. I definitely wasn't expecting to see this little kid in a baseball cap who was sitting in front of me right now. Actually, there are two kids sitting in front of me. One totally normal looking kid with curly blonde hair named Jack, and the other is Augie. I like to think I'm able to hide my surprise. I hope I do. Surprise is one of those emotions that can be hard to fake, though. Whether you're trying to look surprised or you're not, or trying to not look surprised when you are. I shake his hand. I shake the other kid's hand. I don't want to focus on his face. "Cool room," I say. "Are you Via's boyfriend?" he says. I think he's smiling. Olivia pushes down his baseball cap. "Is that a machine gun?" the blonde kid asks. Like I haven't heard that one before. We talk about Zydeco for a bit, and then Via's taking my hand and leading me out of the room. As soon as we close the door, we hear them laughing. "I'm from Brooklyn," one of them says. Olivia rolls her eyes as she smiles. Let's go hang out in my room," she says. "We've been dating for almost 2 months now. I know from the moment I saw her, the minute she sat down at our table in the cafeteria, that I'd like her. I couldn't keep my eyes off of her. Really beautiful. With olive skin, with olive skin and the bluest eyes I've ever seen in my life. At first, she acted like she only wanted to be friends. I think she kind of gives off that vibe without meaning to. Stay back. Don't bother. She doesn't flirt like most girls do. She looks right at you in the eyes when she talks to you, like she's daring you. So I kept looking her right in her eyes too, like I was daring her right back. Then I asked her out and she said, yeah, which rocked. She was an awesome girl. I love hanging out with her. She didn't tell me about August until our third date. I think she uses the phrase a craniofacial abnormality to describe his face, or maybe craniofacial anomaly. I know one word she didn't use was deformed though, because that word would have registered with me. So, what did you think? She said, asked me nervously the second we were inside her room. Are you shocked? No, I lie. She smiles and looks away. You're shocked. I'm not, I assure her. He's just like what you said he'd be. She nods and plops down on her bed. Kind of cute how he still has a lot of stuffed animals. It's kind of cute how she still has a lot of stuffed animals on her bed. She takes a polar bear without thinking and puts it in her lap. I sit down on the rolling chair by her desk. Her room is immaculate. When I was little, she says, there were lots of kids who never came back for a second play date. I mean, lots of kids. I even had friends who wouldn't come to my birthday because he would be there. They never actually told me this, but it would get back to me. Some people just don't know how to deal with Augie, you know? I nod. It's not even like they know they're being mean, she adds. They're just scared. I mean, let's face it. His face is a little scary, right? I guess, I answered. But you're okay with it? She asked me sweetly. You're not too freaked out or scared? I'm not freaked out or scared, I smiled. She nods and looks down at the polar bear in her lap. I can't tell whether he believes me or not, but then she gives the polar bear a big kiss on the nose and tosses it to me with a little smile. I think that means she believes me, or at least she wants to. Okay, guys, we're going to stop right here, and we will continue tomorrow. All right, guys, so let's make sure that we are checking the daily discussion channel and on Teams, and that way we're answering questions and we're staying on task. I will see you in class. Bye, guys.